Sign my name across your heart. I want you to be my baby. Yeah. Halo. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. All right. We are in the UNA Law Club. UNA Law Club. We are coming to you from YouTube, possibly, and Facebook. And so we are here on another edition of the UNA Law Club. All right, UNA Law Club, what are we talking about today? Owning your energy. We're talking about owning your energy and holding the most powerful vibration you can. All right. Now, I've got in the house with me Princess. You in the house, Princess?
Grand Rising, I am in the house.
All right, so today we got a powerful session. We've had a lot of powerful stuff going on this week. And you have been with me step by step in all this stuff we've been going through. So, but yeah, just you ready to get into this? How are you doing today?
I am wonderful. I'm wonderful. I was checking our video quality on Facebook. We're on. It's just a little lag, but we're there. And yeah, it's a beautiful day here where I am. How about you, Diva?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's warm down here. You know how it. You know how it is down here, and it's humid because we're right there on the water. So yeah, it's beautiful and warm. Lots of music. Lots of music. Just for those of y'all who don't know, I'm in Mexico. Mexico. And so yeah, we are. It's very warm here, and just beautiful weather, and beautiful scenery, beautiful people. I'm enjoying it. So all right, so we're getting into this now. Today, what are we talking about?
Owning your energy.
So you awake today, Princess? Are you gonna be with us?
I am awake. Can you hear me? Are you not hearing me?
Yeah, but you are lagged. All right, so here we go. Let's get into this thing. I want to thank you all for joining us today. We are here on another episode. Now, you all normally we were doing this at 7 a.m. Eastern. Those were just testing times to see what kind of response we got. So now y'all know I'm in Mexico, so the time is 2 hours behind Eastern time. And also we had a lot of people who were, who wanted to get in, who couldn't get in. So we moved it to 9 Eastern, and I'm still up at 7 a.m. Eastern. So it's still all good. I'm up at 7. All right, so we moved this. So on Tuesdays, it's from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So everybody, Eastern, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. So everybody can, we try to get our East Coast friends in here who've always wanted to catch the show. All right, so we want to thank you all for joining us. And we're on, once again, we're streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. All right, so y'all ready to do this thing as I waste my water all over the place? All right, you ready to do this, Princess? You awake? You with me?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
All right, so now today we're talking about owning your energies and holding the most powerful vibrations. Now, as I talked about, this has been a very interesting, we had a lot of events going on this week and dealing with energies and owning them. So one of the things I want to get started on when I speak about that is actually what some of the things that I've gone through just to get here to Mexico, all of my travels that I went through when getting to this point, and then getting here, and then some of the things that I was able to make happen once I got here. So owning your energy, and the only way to be able to take part in those things is to own your energy. Because if you don't own your energy, there are people who are going to stop, or things are going to come up, and you're going to be stopped in your tracks. But you got to know how to get back on track, and you do that by owning your energies. Now, let's talk about some of the things that I went through. Now, when I first got to Mexico, my thing was, okay, I'm ready to make me some shows. I'm going to talk about this, and Princess, I want you to join in with me on this too. And it was about, look, I wanted to leave North America because, actually some of you all know, when I was in Argentina, South America, I did, shows every week. Every weekend I was, doing my music. What kind of shows, Diva? Blues, jazz, funk, rock, hip hop, cumbia, all kind of folkloric, all kind of different types of music. And so, that's what I had been doing for 7 years before I ended up coming back to North America. And that's when the whole COVID thing went down. And so I ended up being in North America and not being able to do what I love, which is my music. And I wanted to get back to it, and I found it difficult. So anyway, I was going through just trying to figure out, where do I want to go? Because I knew it was time for me to move on from Argentina, turn that chapter. So I had to make a new chapter. And at that time, my father passed. And so that's why I ended up coming back to North America, because as some of y'all know, when I left North America 10 years ago, I said I wasn't coming back ever. I didn't want to set foot on another U.S. territory, but then I didn't know what U.S. meant back then. But I had no plans of coming back. But when my father passed, I came back, and I ended up, that whole mess went down with this planned demic, and I ended up staying in North America and for a year. And I just wanted to get back. I wanted to get back to my music. So I had owned that. It was like, I'm going to get back to my music. And it just took me some time to figure out where it was that I wanted to go. And so, at any rate, one of the things that I talk about all the time is finding your paradise. And I tell you, when I was in South America, I was in paradise. And as a matter of fact, I found it when I was in North America, paradise, where I just loved. But I still wanted to get back to my music. And so I knew that, look, I needed to leave this. I needed to leave the country again. It's like, that was not where I wanted to be. Again, I own the energy. It's like, look, I want to be where I'm loved. What I do is appreciated. And that's what I did. I found that energy. This is just my world. I'm not telling you have a different world, a different way you want to work. All of us have different paths. That's respected. Just telling you about Diva's world. So while I was there, I did in North America. Yeah, I did find paradise. I was, and we had our paradise retreat, because that's what we all about, finding your paradise. Where's your paradise? And so anyway, I ended up leaving there and deciding after the paradise retreat that it was time for me to move on to another place. And I wanted, look, let me tell you something. We talk about weather. My thing was, my weather needs to be warm year round, no little to no rain. I wanted what else? Tropical beaches. That's what I wanted. Tropical and the beach. And so I went after that. And when I left, I had chosen, as a matter of fact, you know what this is what I do. I just go and look for a place. When I was in Argentina, I used to have people tell me, hey, you should go here. And I'm like, okay, I'm going there. And then the next week I'd go. And so I decided it was like what I wanted. As a matter of fact, I want to tell you about when I was in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach was a paradise for me. Myrtle Beach was a paradise. And somebody asked me, well, how did you end up here? Well, I put in my mind, all right, the same thing I just told you. I wanted a beach. I wanted tropical weather, nice weather, and I want beauty when I look out my window every morning. And that's exactly what I found. I went on the internet, found it, And then I went there. And so one of the things that we talk about when we say owning your energy, what is it that you want? Remember, when you put something in your mind, you are creating an energy. And so this is why we also talk about meditating and being careful about what your thoughts are. Being careful about what your thoughts are, because we are constantly manifesting things every day, constantly, every minute. All the thoughts that we have, those are energies. And so when you learn to own them and you learn to channel them into where you want to go, then you're going to find out that you're going to start to shape and map and fashion, as they say, your whole dimension. You're going to start doing that. And so now what happens is I decided, okay, this is what I want, and I'm seeing it in my mind. I want the sun. I want beautiful weather. And so at any rate, I get this beautiful place in Myrtle Beach that cost that was a fraction of what most people pay in rent. And so again, there are a lot of things that I've learned to get out of my my way, like bills. I don't do those. Car notes, I don't do that. So it's like certain things I've learned to move out of my way so that I don't have to deal with, so that my life is simple, it's easy, it's free. All right. So now when I left that paradise, I had to decide, where do I want to go? Because I wanted to get back to my music. And so I decided, okay, I'm looking through the internet. I'm like, where are these places that have beautiful weather? It's tropical, living is less expensive, and it's easy. And I look, I'm like, something said Aruba. I was like, Aruba? Where's Aruba? So I didn't know where it was. But it's it's like in Central America, but it's owned by Holland. So I decided, okay, I'm going to Aruba. And I make my plans to go to Aruba. And there's this whole COVID stuff. I'm not saying that name again. CBD. And so I had to, there was this whole thing where, oh, you got to take this test and you got to jump through this hoop and with your shoe size or bra size. I'm like, what the hell is all this? These hoops I got to jump through to get into Aruba. And so, one of the things about Aruba is that the weather is known to be tropical the whole year round, 75 to 80 degrees, perfect, and not much rain. This is a small island. But I wanted to go there. I like the fact that they speak Spanish. I get back to my Spanish. I like the fact that, I'm thinking that they had a nightlife, which they really didn't. But anyway, making the plans to go to Aruba, I'm getting all of this energy. By the way, I'm going to be able to tell you a story later on, hopefully within the week, about some other things that I went through where, I had to learn a lot of different things about my energies. So I get to Aruba, or I get to the airport, and there's a lot of energies that were put out by me before that time that I get to the airport. And I had to, again, I want to talk about this. I'll talk about this at length soon, but because I want to tell you the full story of that. But the bottom line of this whole trip to Aruba is there was a lot of energies that had been put out that I had been working really hard to get cleared before I took this trip, because I knew that I had to deal with these TSA agents. And why am I traveling? Another reason is because I'm free to do so. I'm free to do so. I'm free to travel and go wherever it is on this planet that I want. But it's going to, where I go is going to be dependent on certain things. So at any rate, what ends up happening is I go to the airport, and I'm using my passport from UNA, not the U.S. passport. Well, actually, that's not. It's the United States of America passport. But I use my passport, and I had called ahead to these people and, told them, hey, I'm coming. I got this passport and blah, blah, blah. They're like, no, you shouldn't have any problems getting it as long as you can show this. So I get there to the airport, and I got 3 federal documents. 3. One from the United States Post Office, one from the county, and one from the Internal Revenue Service recognizing United Nations from America and Diva LaRae. And so these people give me hell about getting on this plane to Aruba. So I missed my first flight trying to get to Aruba using my passport because they were holding me up. And then finally, I'm talking to these people. I'm like, what is the problem? It's like, well, you got to come back tomorrow, and then we're going to give you some kind of test or whatever. So I came back, and they're giving me a test with some guy over the phone, asking me questions. I'm like, okay. And so I'm answering the questions, and then this woman comes out, and we're not accepting this document. So I missed my flight again. That's another long story. I go into that, to Aruba. And at the same time, it was like, oh, well, your COVID test has expired. This thing has expired to get into the country. And then we need to have this kind of ticket to show you return. And then we got to, I'm like, I'm not jumping through all them damn hoops. I decided I'm just going to go. Again, I'm finding my paradise. I went to Florida. I'm going to Florida. I went to Florida. And I hung out in Florida a little bit. So anyway, I'm just, again, seeking that paradise. Because it's like, look, you all are not putting me through no hoops. And I'm going to enjoy myself wherever I am. But went to Florida, beautiful. Beautiful in Florida, Fort Lauderdale. And hung out there for a little while. Until I decided where it was I wanted to go. Finally, again, I like to sit back and let the spirits talk to me. And that's what I did. And this name comes up, Mazatlan. And somebody says, I love Mazatlan way better than I like these other places. And I was like, Mazatlan, where is that? And so I look it up. And it's really a beautiful place, very inexpensive, tropical weather. And I was like, we're going to Mazatlan. Just like that. So now I'm in Mazatlan. Beautiful beaches, palm trees, just beautiful people, beautiful weather. And so what I'm just saying to you about that, there was some detouring going on with respect to me missing my flights to Aruba and kind of find out that really wouldn't have been the best place, because once I got to Mazatlan, I was like on it. I hit the ground running. I'm like, we ready to book some shows. I'm ready to go. The first place I go to, I'm going to the karaoke place. Because the only thing was on my mind was booking these shows. I want to get back to my singing. And so what ended up happening is I went to a karaoke place. And actually, the place where I am is right down the street from where they blocked the streets off for music. So I was like, oh, I'm at home. I felt like I was back in Argentina. So what ends up happening is I go on the square where all these restaurants are. They have all of these music places. And I'm going to each one. I'm like, yes, I want to book a show here. I want to book a show. I want to book a show. And so finally I get to one, and they're telling me, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. It takes a week and all that. Okay, I got to this place. And I said, hey, I want to do a show here. He didn't know me from anybody. I just said, now I do use my skin color, by the way. Because they assume we can all sing because we dark skinned. So good. Yes. All of us can. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So I go, and the guy says, well, I think maybe Sunday. He says, Sunday, maybe. And I was like, okay, I'm going to see you Sunday. Bye. So I'm like, I'm inking the deal. I'm inking it right there. Boom. I'm going to see you Sunday. And that was the energy I owned. It was like, look, I'm going to sing here Sunday. And I'm going to see you Sunday. So anyway, I'm calling the guy. I'm making sure. I'm confirming. And the only thing that I needed, because I wasn't able to bring all my equipment on the airplane. They hit me. They hit me in prices with respect to my bags. Oh, my God. So anyway, couldn't bring my equipment. So what ended up happening is I had to hire somebody to do my sound. Now, the sound guy was expensive. And the amount this guy was paying me wasn't all that. But it was like, we going to do this show, and I'm going to make a lot of money. And that's what we did. I'm going to let Princess reset, and we're going to come back, and I'm going to talk about what happened on that gig, how it happened, and all that other good stuff. Come on, Princess. And
All right.
reset.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, yay. Grand Rising, everyone. Happy Tuesday. We are live with the UNA Law Club on Facebook
connected.
and possibly Instagram. We want to thank everyone for taking their time, mind, and energy out for joining us this morning as we speak with Diva Laree on owning your energy. Today's theme is owning your energy, how to hold a positive vibration in the midst of a whole lot of other stuff going on. And we want to thank Diva for taking time out to share these degrees with us, helping to enlighten us. We want to thank El Christina. El Christina has been very active in our Facebook group, speaking on and acknowledging she herself is knowing. Hey, El Christina. I almost said, hey, princess. So we want to thank you again for joining us. You like what you hear? You like what you're...
I don't know what's going on with my sound today. Okay, well then let me... One moment. A technical difficulty. And it's just staying like that. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Alright, I'll just do that. How about that? It's still going. Hold on for a second. And when I do this, it's supposed to stop doing this. Hold on for a second. I can't even turn the sound down on this thing. There we go. Hold on. Who is it that I need to stop? Let me see. Let's try that. All right, let's try this. All right, let's try. What you doing, computer? I don't know. I'm going to have to boot this whole thing up. All right, fine. Do it like this. I've never had this to happen before, but of course we've never gone live on both Facebook and YouTube. So let's see. All right. Everybody's gone now. So let me try to get her back as we get back in here. That energy. We talk about owning your energy. We putting out some energies over here causing the computer to scramble. So let me see if I can get her back on here real quick. But I want to thank everybody for joining us. Again, we've moved this to 9 a.m. so we can give our people on the East Coast the opportunity to wake up. We had a lot of people saying they really wanted to be a part of the sessions. Now, we also are able to join by Zoom. So we're going to have these things set up where you can join us by Zoom to get in here and hang out with us and talk. So we can share some information, share some enlightenment with each other. So give me one moment. I'm going to get Princess back in here, and maybe we can get this thing going the right way. So at any rate, I was talking about my trips and the things that I encountered when I was dealing with my Aruba situation, going to Aruba, and the fact that I missed 2 flights. I do want to mention this because I decided that since I had to go through so much trouble getting to Aruba, I decided that wasn't the place where I needed to be. And I want to talk about that kind of energy because of the simple fact that I want to talk about that type of energy because of the simple fact that when you have to jump through so many hoops, when you have to go put out so much energy to get to something, in my case, and I'm not, again, I'm just suggesting to you what I've gone through. When you have to do that, in my case, what I've noticed is that's the spirits trying to, that's the spirits. Hold on for one moment.
Join us. But okay, so
give me 1 second.
Okay, there you go. Welcome back.
So what I've noticed is that's the spirits that are trying to, to tell me, hey, this is not what you need. So when I have headaches or when I'm given drama, it's like, hey, the spirits are like, hey, that's not what you need. And so I've learned to not try to force things, to let things be. And the calmer I am in my energies, the better it works out for me when I'm dealing with these different situations. Princess. Princess, now she don't want to talk. Princess.
No, I'm here.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So now, did you hear what we were saying? Or let me see. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Did you get everything we were saying?
I'm not sure. I was talking, but on my side you were missing. When I turned the mic back over to you, I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
So I thought you were gone. So I started telling the story of my own experience in holding my energy.
Excellent. Share it.
How we did it. I had already shared it, so I'm not sure. If maybe El Christina or anyone in the Facebook land, if you'll let us know whether you heard that or not, that would be great. But yeah, I was just talking about, how instead of giving in to the energy that others were putting out, I decided to hold my own and let them deal with their own karmic return without me being a part of it. And you know about this. This was when I had ordered those documents that I needed made up, and the company did not communicate with me, but just sent me my stuff back, and it was a discriminatory act. They associated me with a group that I was not associated with, that just under assumption had rejected my project, and I had to go back to them, which we know now they came back around and did something for me as a apology per se, hey, we'll work with you kind of thing, by sending me one of the products on gratuity. So I was able to, that again is owning your energy and a return of that energy, because I did not get into arguing or fighting with them about what they had done. I just let it go and let them answer for it themselves.
Right. So, and I'm, we had a technical difficulty here, and we're just trying to get this system back up. But yeah, I mean, that was a great story, by the way, where you talked about how I want to go through this, because when we're talking about owning your energies, what we're dealing with the fact that when you're experiencing an energy, you're getting an energy back that you put out. And a lot of times we don't recognize that. We want to sell. Some people just jerk. Some people but you got to recognize that when everybody is your reflection. So we're talking about everybody is your reflection. And if you're getting an energy, if you're wanting to deal with that in the most powerful way, you deal with that on the spiritual side by recognizing whatever energy you're getting is a reflection. And so what Princess was talking about in her situation was where she was really discriminated against because someone assumed she was a part of what they say? They thought you were part of Moore group because she had symbols. Huh?
Yes, they thought I was Moorish.
And so they discriminated against her because they thought she was a part of that group. And so, if some people were like, well, you can sue them and you can, write them and take them to court. But one of the things we have to recognize, and I think Princess was saying, owning your energy, that they were just reflecting. And what she decided to do, I'm not going to give you that energy back. And she dealt with it on the spiritual side, knowing that they have to have a return of that energy coming to them. And so, yeah, and so what ended up happening is she let it go. And I think in some cases what she didn't do is give it energy. And so because she didn't give it energy, it was dealt with on the spiritual side. They ended up coming back to her. Didn't they give you a free product?
Yes, ma'am.
What'd they give you?
A stamp.
Okay. Yeah, so that's owning your energy. And again, one of the things I was speaking about before that interruption is that we want to, I spoke about how if things are difficult or if there's a block, it has to do with us. And so all of this stuff we're seeing out here in this world is just a makeup of what was going on within. And so once we go and deal with the spiritual side, we go within and we deal with our own energies. When we own the fact that these energies are created by us, this is when we start to create the dimension that we're looking for. And that goes to say, instead of fighting, oh, I'm taking you to jail, I'm suing you, and we're writing all these negative words and we're creating all these negative contracts. Well, instead of doing that, once we get to the point where it's we're allowing the spirits to move through us, we're coming with a calmer spirit, that's when we start to really fashion everything that we want in this dimension, as I was talking about my paradise. Princess, did you want to, quote unquote, reset for us?
Well, I did see that Kelly Slim Goody had asked a question. Kelly Slim Goody Malone asked if you had to take a COVID test, and I did just put yes, but I'd love for you to expand on that, because some may not know there are alternate options with that so-called COVID testing.
Yeah.
So I just put a generic answer for it. We want to thank everyone here today for joining us live at the UNA Law Club on UNA America on Facebook. That was a whole lot of ons. We thank you for joining us today. We're discussing owning your energy and the power that comes with candy. Take notes and pay attention. I'm going to give it back to you.
All right, so now I told you all we were going live on what is that? What was YouTube? We were going live on, and for whatever reason that just conked out. But we are we on Instagram?
I was trying. I'm going to need Kim.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so now here's the deal. With the COVID testing, again, I don't want to be saying that word, but with that testing, what ended up, what I had to do was a test where I got it online. I purchased it online, and it's a non-invasive, so I didn't have to go all the way back to my brain. And so basically, what I had ordered was this kit that they sent the kit to me, and then I didn't have to put it all the way back in my head. I just kind of blew my nose on the damn Q-tip, because I didn't want it in my body at all. And then you put the sample back in, and they give you an answer within 24 hours. That's what I did. They're making big money off of this whole CBD thing. So y'all, that's what I did for Aruba. But then when you go to Mexico, you don't need a test. Coming back from Mexico, the U.S. tries to get you to take one. So, but you don't need one going into Aruba. Going into Mexico, excuse me. So yeah, that's what I had. Were there any other questions that you saw, Princess? Grand Rising, Abdul?
No, nothing else. Just Christina bearing witness with us to the walk and the blessings. She said she's the glitch. Let's see.
Who says they're the glitch?
El Christina. So she's the glitch. I'm the glitch. Peace and love. I don't know if she took off from us or if she's still with us.
All right. Okay, so now, what I want to do, I am connecting here, connecting. We were gonna go back and connect to what is it, YouTube, but we'll do that later because we having technical issues. But in the meantime, what I want to get back, if y'all have any insight or input that you have on this thing, please let us know. Now I want to get back to owning your energy and holding the most powerful vibration. When I came into Mexico, my whole thing was I'm going to be singing. I'm going to be singing. And I'm going to be doing some shows. And, I found it very difficult to make a show in North America. But as soon as I get here, I'm here for 1 week. And I booked a show. And I say this to you because I talked to this other guy. He was like, "Oh, it's hard to get into these places. It's hard to," and it's like, "Well, not for me." And that was my whole thought, not for me, maybe for you, because that's what you said. You said it's hard. So then, yeah, you own that energy. The energy I'm owning is that I'm going to get in here and I'm going to do what I do. And what they say, when you knock on the door, when you keep knocking on the devil's door, he's going to answer. Okay, well, I didn't get no devils. Everybody who answered me were angels. So what I'm saying to you is I just own the energy that, okay, we're going to put this together. And I tell you, I had a challenge even just trying to find a sound person to do my sound. Because, again, I came here without any equipment. And so they were, "Oh, you're going to have to, you got to pay this much for sound." I was like, "Look, I'll do this much. I need sound on this day." And so what ended up happening, I'm trying to connect with people. And I'm calling people, and Princess was helping me. She was working with me and trying to get these people or call these people who weren't returning phone calls. So finally, I went to the square. I've told you that square where every day there's some music. There's a whole bunch of music playing. I went to the square and I said, the first band I see, I'm going right up to somebody in that band and they can already help me. They can already help me. That's it. That was the energy I own. And so I went up to this guy in the band. I was like, "Hey, I need someone's help renting sound." And he said, "Okay, this is what you do." Now I'm speaking Spanish. He's speaking Spanish. But we communicated. That's all I can tell you. All right. So he says, "Listen, this is what you do. You're going to go to that place over there, 4 doors down, and you ask for this guy. And this guy's he knows everybody. He's going to be able to help you get who you need." And that's what I did. And so he's called this. I went down and I told him, I was like, "Yeah, my friend Jose told me to come down." He's like, "Who? Jose?" Anyway, I had to drop some names. I did. But I ended up getting what I needed as far as sound because he found somebody for me. Again, that was just the energy. It was like, listen, this is going to happen. And I knew that. And so I made sure I kept my energies calm because this was a stressful situation where I'm like, "Hey, I want to get in here and do this show. I told this guy I'm going to do this show. I told him I got sound." And so I had to keep my energies right. That was one of the big things in this whole deal of moving, because y'all got to understand, moving by itself is highly stressful. Going from one place to another is one of the most stressful things you can do when you're changing houses, changing residents, especially changing countries. That's highly stressful, and keeping your energies right. That's what's going to guarantee that you're manifesting everything that you want as you make that move. So once I, had just determined, hey, I'm going to have my band, I'm going to have my sound, then the thing was to do the show. When I have been off for a whole year and some change, yeah, we're going to get into that as we move forward and speak on what it is to own your energies. Does anybody else out there have this kind of similar situation where you have found a way? And by the way, we're going to start putting the Zoom link so y'all can join us if you want to speak, or we can bring you on. But does anybody have some kind of similar stories? If you want to be brought on, let us know. I'll bring you on and you can speak on your story. But owning your energies such that you're manifesting that paradise, such that you're manifesting that event in your life that you want. And it's all about keeping your energies right so that you don't block yourself, so that you don't become the glitch, as our friend El Christina said. All right. Now, even when I'm getting on this, and Princess, I'm gonna call you I'm gonna call on you in about 5 minutes because I want to get through this, and then we're gonna do a reset on this thing. But even in dealing with, once I had the band set up, there was another stress. The stress was, are the people going to be here? Because again, I'm doing this on a Sunday, and I don't really know what the traffic situation is going to be like on a Sunday. Am I going to get enough people so that I can draw them into this restaurant where I'm going to do this show? And so just that alone, I had to make sure I kept my energies right. The sound guy, he wasn't there at exactly the time that I expected, but I had to keep my energies right. I didn't want to block that. And I'm going to tell you about, as we go through this, I'm going to tell you about some times where we have blocked things. And we don't recognize that it's our own energies blocking. All right. And I do want to talk about that with respect to my trip here to Mazatlan, Mexico. So anyway, getting on the stage, doing this show, I had to keep my energies right because I was anxious a little bit about whether or not I would get the people, whether or not the people would be responsive to me, whether or not they would, appreciate the music that I was doing. So all of that, I had to keep that in check. And so it turns out, just so you know, there's some tracks on, or part of the video is on the UNA page. You can see that. But it turns out that they were very receptive. It was a great show. The owner loved the show. He wanted me to come back the next week. And so that was a win. That was a win only because I was able to keep my energies intact and not be stressed out about this whole situation. Because one of the things that I know, when I stress out, it makes it very difficult on my voice. It makes it very difficult on my body. And the body is what I need. I need it to be healthy and strong so that I can run up and down this stage, run across that stage. Otherwise, I can't do that and I can't sing. So I tell you, keeping the stress at a minimum and maintaining your energies is very important. And when you maintain your energies, you can own everything that you want in this dimension. Princess, come on, let's reset.
All right. Well, I had a story to offer today,
yes.
too. I remember it was Bob Marley Day in San Francisco, California. And a couple of his sons were in town performing at this venue. And me and my girlfriends all loaded up in the car. We're going to the venue. Now, I had been living in San Diego doing shows up there and just happened to be in the Bay. So I was like glad because I missed the San Diego side. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll catch the Bay side. And when we got there, I'm like, the universe already paid for us. We're not going to have to pay a dime to get in. And my girlfriends are like, huh? What? What are you talking about? And I'm like, oh, don't worry. We got it. We covered. So when we got there, we stood at this door, a place I'd never been before, people I did not know. But I stood outside the door. I said, let's stand right here. The door's going to come open. We're going in, and we won't have to pay a dime. See all the people over in line? They paid for it.
Yeah.
My girlfriends, they're doubting, but it was all on me. So this was the way I was going to get it all on me. So I'm standing there at the door. Guy opens the door and says, hey, we're here. He opened it. Come on in. And that was on a smaller scale, but it was the universe showing me the power of your thoughts, just that I owned that was going to happen. Now, additionally, when I got inside, I was going backstage with everybody. Walk over to the side where the band's playing, and I saw someone I knew from my childhood, and I'm like, hey, and he's like, come on, you going backstage? I'm like, yes, I am. And I'm telling my friends, come on, we're going backstage. They were still in doubt. They couldn't believe anything that had just happened. So they stood back with their doubt. Their doubt became their border, and it held them back. And I went on back and met everybody, got autographs from all the guys, and that great thing. So there's one example. I have many, but that was just one I wanted to share. If you claim it in your mind and you own it in your mind, it will be yours. Ashe. We are live in the UNA America on Facebook with Diva Laree from the UNA Law Club. We are speaking on owning your energy. We want to thank every one of you for joining us this morning, sharing your time, your mind, and your energy. And Diva, we want to thank you for doing the same, enlightening us. Kelly did say that she just mentioned she asked the question because you had mentioned tests. And I wanted you to expand on that a little bit more because you had taken one test already when you blew your nose on the thing. And when you went to the airport, you had to do it again.
There was, thank you. Yeah, because there's that test that they have to put all the way, they want to put all the way back into your nose, your nasal passage. And I wasn't allowing that. The first one I did, I just blew my nose on it. The second one, what happened was when I was going into Aruba or trying to get into Aruba, they had said that, listen, by the time you get to Aruba, your test will have expired. So you got to take another test. So by missing my flight, I had to take another test. I had to do something else to get into Aruba. And then they started asking for all this other stuff. So now the second test that I took, it was a 24-hour, no, it wasn't even 24 hours. It was, same day, 10-minute test. Now they wanted to put this thing in my nose. I had to go to somebody's clinic. And I was like, nope. And the guy was like, yeah, no, listen, it's just, it doesn't hurt. We're just going to, I was like, nope, you're not. Give me that. Give me that. No, but see, this is the last one. See, if you don't put this back in your nose and it don't work, see, this is the last one we don't have. Give me that. Because I wasn't about to let him put this in my nose. I didn't trust him, and it wasn't going. I was like, look, all you need is what's up here, and that's what I gave him. And so that one again, that was that test where they were trying to force this thing back into my nasal. I was like, nope. That's not happening. Give me it. Because I don't trust you and we ain't going through this. Give me that. Because I know all you need. So he takes the thing, goes out, 10, 15 minutes later, come back. All right, great news. You're negative. I know. Now, can you give me the paper so I can get out of here? So that's what that test was about. So I'm saying I wouldn't allow them to put that back in my head. That wasn't going to happen. So that was the second one I had to take. And, of course, it showed negative. Now, what ended up happening on the second day, when they stopped me using my UNA passport, I went ahead and used the U.S. passport. And by the time I had gotten to my flight, it had taken off. I had missed it once again, the second time, by 5 minutes. And that's when I decided I don't need to be in Aruba. I could have gone. I could have gotten on that plane to Aruba. I could have gone the next day. As a matter of fact, I had rebooked the ticket a third time to go to Aruba. And then I decided I don't want to go to Aruba. I didn't like all the headaches I had to go through. So I backed off, and then I went to Florida, chilled out in Florida, and then that's why I'm here in Mexico, beautiful Mazatlan, Mexico. Was there any other questions on that? Princess?
No, not seen any questions on that one further, but I thank you for illustrating that further point. And what I wanted to say additionally to that was the money game involved with that, because the first test you took, you paid a certain fee to have that test sent to you. It was the at-home test, right?
Right.
And then the second test that you took, you had to go to find a facility, and the range just to have this test done was anywhere between what, 95, was it $85 or $95?
Yeah, about 95. The first test, it was 100. The one that I had sent to my house, that was 110 or something like that, 120. And then the one at the clinic was 130, 36 for the same day. But there were some people, as you know, they were charging almost $200. Again, this is a big business.
Yes.
This is a big business. So yeah, you can depending on, again, these people are just, they're playing this game. And so what I'm doing, like I said, my deal was I wanted to get away from, as much as possible, that energy. And so here in Mazatlan, you'll see it here and there, but I'm moving away from that energy, that whole CBD thing. You're seeing it, but again, I'm moving away from it. When I was in Myrtle Beach, oh my goodness, it was very relaxed. Very seldom even see that or get any kind of issues concerning it. So yeah, it was, I'm just owning that energy, and I'm moving away from all that. And that's why I don't even want to call it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to speak it. I'm moving away from it. Now, getting back on this, there's any other questions on that? Because you reminded me of something I wanted to point out, because I'm getting back to the singing thing.
Okay.
When I was in Argentina, you talking about owning something. We went out to a friend of mine, when I was staying at this hostel. A friend of mine says, "Hey Diva, we're going out to hear this band play at this club. You want to come with us? It's going to be great." I was like, "A band? What kind of band?" It's like, "Oh, they play blues and funk and whatever." I was like, "Yeah, you think they'll let me sing?" He was like, "I don't know. Maybe you could try." So I was like, "Okay." So I decided I go out to this club with them. And as we go out to the club, we get there. As we're standing out, they're over in an area huddled up on the sidewalk, counting their money. "Okay, how much money you got? You got me? How many? Oh, I got 15 pesos right here. I got 20 pesos." I'm like, "What? What are they doing?" "Oh, they're counting. Let me go over here." And I went over and talked to the door guy. I was like, "How you doing? I sing." Now again, I use the color of my skin as a ticket to get in and out of all kind of places. "All right." So he goes, "All right, come on in." So I went in and I made a beeline to the band. As soon as I get back there, I'm like, "Hey," same thing. It's the energy, Princess. Like when you act like you're supposed to be here, that's what they treat you like. Huh?
That's right. Yes, ma'am. That's right.
So I gave them that energy. "Hey," and they gave the same energy back. "Hey." I'm like, "I'm Diva. Hey, Diva." And I was like, "I would love to sing with you guys. I'd love to sing a song. You all know blues." And I tell them blues in G. I tell them the key of G. And they play it. They know. So we back there. The people I came with, they out there looking for me. "Where's Diva? What happened to Diva?" I'm already in the club, preparing to go on stage. And so the next thing you know, we're ready. They're like, "We're going to call you after we played 4 songs." So they played their 4 songs. Next thing you know, they called me out. And I'm on stage. And they're like, "There's Diva. Hey." And they had no idea where I was. As a matter of fact, we got that on video too. But yeah, it was so funny that you were mentioning that, Princess, because it was just the energy. And I owned that I was going to be on stage tonight singing. The same way I did when I was here in Mazatlan. So yeah, it was like I owned that. It's like, I'm going to be up here. I'm going to sing some songs with these people. And that's what we did. And it was a great magical moment. Again, owning the energy and manifesting what you want.
That's right.
And so Princess, you were able to get backstage.
Yes, backstage and
Get in
you know that's
free.
one of the examples. So I've been through this journey holding energy for years now, and that was one that my friends were able to witness with me how to work the magic, so to speak. That's what I called it back then. Working the magic. You work your magic. Walk into it, it's yours. And as you said, you own it, there's no doubt. It's when you doubt that you end up doing without. If you had doubted yourself any iota when you went in there to that club and introduced, hey, I'm Diva, question mark, you know, you make like, oh, hi, Diva, question mark. And it would have went with that same energy, but owning the energy, you said this is what you want, you stepped out there and that's what you went and did. And that's exactly how it goes. And when it doesn't match, like for example, I said I wanted those stamps made, I wanted those articles made, and I sent them out to have them made with the confidence that they would be done. But then the company did not want to make them because they wanted to associate me with a group of which I was not associated, and not communicate about it. So that was on them. My energy was to still get it done. So okay, you won't do it. Next,
Yeah.
there will be someone who will.
Exactly.
So there's another example. It doesn't always mean the door will 100% open at the door you think. It might be another door that opens. So whoever actually did do my stamps for me ended up being maybe they needed my resources. You know, maybe they needed my business more than this other company did. It could be. You know, we don't know why the universe did it that way, but I had no problem at the next place that I sent it to. All I got was notifications, your stamps are on the way, your embosser is on the way. And that's what I wanted from the first time. So I still got what I wanted. I may have had to go through a couple of channels, same as yourself. You wanted to go to Aruba, but technically you wanted paradise. The universe wanted you to be there in Mexico. So they had you go through the motions and steps, and as you said, you still could have pushed the door and went on over, but the universe said, hey, go this way instead. And you went with the flow, and you still achieved what you desired with respect to attaining to a paradise. And it's a music paradise that you're at. It's like right on time.
Yeah, it's even better because Mazatlan, Aruba doesn't even have a nightlife. Aruba has no nightlife, no music, and music is my life. Music is my love, and I absolutely have missed it. And so yeah, it was a much better move for me being here and not trying to force things. That's the other thing. Yeah, what is this energy? Recognizing the energy. What is this block? Why am I getting this? And then dealing with it on a spiritual level and recognizing that it's like, okay, somebody's trying to protect you. All right. Then I'm going to back off and just chill out and listen. Let the spirits tell me what's next. And that in itself in this is a lot of fun for me. Being able to just relax and let the spirits talk to me and listen. And then just go where I go and just enjoy life. That's what the paradise is all about. So yeah, I'm here, and I'm able to do these shows now. I'm able to get back to what I love, and that's very important to me. One of the things I want to go on is as we go into this, owning your energies. I want to talk about when you are faced with a situation where you know something is on point and right, and then there's someone in front of you that's telling you, no, that's wrong. When you know, whether it be a law, whether it be a situation, that what you're saying is right, and you've got to own that. And when you're in the face of somebody who's clueless about law and anything dealing with law or universal law or spirituality and everything else, how you own your energies without causing a negative vibration. All right? We talked about this. Do you have any examples of where you've ever been in a situation where you're faced with someone who is clueless about law, and you've got to own your energy? Anybody out there, if you have any situation, share that with us. We'd love to see it. Princess,
Yes, ma'am.
have you had that situation whereby you have had to own your energy?
Yeah. I went to file my papers. I went to file my declaration, and when I went in, everybody was in. The women in the office who received me, the clerk of court and her support, we're all in a good vibration. We were just talking, general life, what's going on in the community. That while the lady's going over my document, and then when she came back. And she's like, I don't know what to do with this. What is this? And it's like, that's something you can file under miscellaneous. It's my file. I want to make it. I'm brevitating these words. And so she's like, well, I got to check with the state. And I'm like, I don't need permission from the state to file my documentation. So at that point, the energy shifted, and you could see it even in their faces that, it looks like everybody kind of went on the defense. And so I left out of the office. They're like, oh, let's take a copy of this and we'll call you back. Okay, you're taking a copy of my documents, huh? All right. And I left out, drove away, spoke with my counsel, and my counsel's like, no, you got to go back in there to this. So I go back in there and I'm like, look. To the degree that you took a copy of my paperwork is to the degree you need to file it. So what I need to hear back from you is my book number and page number.
Right.
Since you got a copy of my document. And the whole energy shifted, from the pleasantries that we were having prior to them knowing what I was doing, to, oh, well, you agreed to let us take a copy, so the whole energy shifted. And I said, you know what? This is not with any hostility. This is not with any negativity towards anyone. This is just me wanting to do what I'm wanting to do. And you all have taken copy of my documents. So it's the same thing as filing. Again, holding the vibration. I could have gotten irritated or upset, could have returned the apprehensive energy that I received from them. But instead, no, I'm going to hold my own energy. All right, you want to do it that way, but you do have it, and what I just expect from you is a certified copy of the document you took and a book and page number. You guys have a great day. And, the folks in the line were, yay, hey, oh, yeah, you got to make them do their job. It's a whole different energy, as opposed to if I had gotten upset, but I understood, looking at that woman, she didn't know law. And I told her, you work for me. You don't work for the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State's not who hired you. You work for me. You work for the federal government, and we are the people. And so everybody in line had heard that, and I think that's why they were cheering. But the lady was confused, and it showed me she doesn't know law. She doesn't even know her obligation in law that she had to pick up the phone and call the state for permission to do something federal. It was very interesting. But yeah, so I guess that would be a good example.
Excellent. One of the things is when we're in these situations, it's very difficult to keep from getting frustrated in that situation, because you know what your rights are, you know what the laws are, and then you're faced with people who don't know and they're blocking you. Again, it's about owning your energy, because really they are your reflection. So now, how do you deal with them? You don't deal with them in a negative way and, putting out a lot of negative and heated energy, because again, that has to come back to you. But at the same time, you still have to stand at some point. So yeah, this is a very difficult thing. And one of the things I've been through with, especially within this week, we've had a lot of things to come out where I've had to recognize my energies. I've had some energies that I put out before I left North America to come hit me here in Mexico. Let me say this, because when we're going on this, a lot of people don't recognize that when you put out an energy, it doesn't matter where you go, You can go to another planet. If you put it out, you're going to receive that energy back. And so I know I saw some energies visit me here. Now I'm going to speak about in our future sessions. But I had some energies to visit me here that dealt with energies that I put out before I left North America. And so that being said, you cannot run from your, not that I was running, I wasn't running. I just, it just happened that I did something in North America and I saw it come back to me all the way here in Mazatlan. So we're going to talk about that because there's some things I do want to be candid. I want to share with you all because it goes into a lot of the things that I speak about in my sessions about how you have to be aware of the energies that you put out and the fact that they will come back to you no matter where you are. You cannot escape energies that you put out. Okay, so I have a sister who's who sent me something. This is another thing. Since we're on energies and owning your energies, I got to own this energy. I have to own this energy. I did a show in Mexico. I talked about this show that I did. And it seems that every time I do a show, somebody asks me to do Nina Simone. And evidently I'm channeling her energies because I don't know if this sister has seen me in, I don't know if she's seen me in, do my shows or whatever. But she just sent me this video about Nina Simone, and she said she sees the correlation between the two of us as I unfold my journey through music. And she said her heart ignited her to share with me a Nina Simone clip. Princess, is that funny? Is that funny to you? Because we talked about this because I was getting ready to end my show this Sunday. And this guy, he slaps his money and he's like, you got to do Nina Simone. I was like, really, I feared doing it because when you do Nina Simone songs, you got to come from a deeper place. You're not going to just sing, like I sing from a deeper place, but you got to sing. When you dealing with Nina Simone, you got to come from a deeper place. And so I tend to, I know the song, but I tend to tiptoe around it because it's like, whoa, that's a hard song. It's a really difficult song, one of the more difficult songs. I do Adele, Whitney Houston, James Brown, all these, really lyrically talented musicians whose music I sing. But Nina Simone, that's another level. That's another depth that you have to be able to get into in order to do her music. So at any rate, I had this guy this week. He's like, you got to do Nina Simone. And he challenged me, and I had to pull Nina Simone out somewhere. And so here this sister is today. And I'm pretty sure she didn't see the one where I did Nina Simone because I did that in a private show. But she said, yeah, you got it. She's telling me her heart ignited her to send me some information about Nina Simone. So at any rate, yeah, but Princess, that's funny that she would bring that up.
It's an echo print, letting you know.
Who?
That was Nina coming back one more time. She's like, come on, girl, you get it.
Yeah, because I had added her to my repertoire, but I don't practice it much. But all of these people are like, no, and so I feel this energy where Nina Simone is like, you need to come on back. You need to put that music out. So Princess has told me 2 of her songs. Which one Feeling Good is one of them. And what was the other? 4 women?
Yes. And Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood.
Don't let me be misunderstood. So yeah, I'm adding those. So yes, ma'am, I see you. And I thank you. And that's Nina Simone speaking through her. I know, because, I talk about this when I do my journaling. Sometimes I like to do them in private, but sometimes I'll do them where everybody can see them because I know that the spirits speak through you all. You all are spirits with vessels. So yeah, that's funny. Thank you, sister. Thank you for sending me that. I will. I'm on it. I'm on it, Nina Simone. I hear you. All right. So I told y'all, whenever we're doing this stuff, whenever you're putting something on social media, whether you're writing it, you're speaking it, this stuff is going out into the cosmos. We think about this stuff, oh, it's just electronics, it's electronical, it doesn't have anything to do with the spiritual side. That's farthest from the truth. Everything comes from the universe, everything. And the spirits are involved in all of this. Your transmissions, all of that goes across a spiritual set of energies. And when we start recognizing that, then we're going to become more careful and cognizant of what we're putting across these waves. So, Princess, you want to reset for us, because we're about to go into that 30-minute section and see if we can get some people who want to share. If you have any questions, any insight that you want to share that you've been through about owning your energies and holding the most of your positive vibrations, we want you to put that in. And we're going to do this reset and come back. And let's get into it with everybody. Go ahead, Princess.
Let's talk the teams then. We want to thank everyone once again for joining us here in the UNA Law Club on UNA America Facebook. We thank you for taking your time, your energy, and your mind and spending it this morning with us, or this rising with us, and Diva Laree from UNA University, reflecting on owning your energy. Owning your energy. Its relevance, its importance, its significance. We want to encourage everyone in the house, if you have any telling that you would like to share of your own experiences, don't hesitate to place it in the comments. We'll bring it up on stage, on the microphone, or inbox us if it's something personal that you wanted to share, recognizing what we're discussing this rising. Okay. If you haven't done so already, make sure to have your pens, notebooks handy. Write down what you're learning new to you, or a reminder even to you. That's journaling. And pay attention. You ain't got to pay a dime or a dollar unless you want to. And I will put a donate link here in the comments just in case you do feel motivated to donate to Diva Laree for taking this time out and sharing these degrees with us, enlightening us in the ways that she does. At the same time, though, we're just asking you to pay attention.
Yes. Thank you, Princess. All right, so now, and thank you for the love. I want to take this time out to shout out Princess. Thank you so much for the love that you put into UNA and to being a part of these sessions, because you get up with me every morning to make this stuff happen, and all of our sessions that we do together. So I want to tell you, thank you so much for everything you do with UNA and all of our, thank you. So I just want to make sure I say that. And all of our sessions that we do.
Same to you, thank you. Well received.
All right, so, and everybody else, all of our people who are with us and supporting us, Clint Casey, y'all, we got a lot of big stuff coming up. I do want to say that real quick. We've got the UNA app is coming up. I'm owning that energy. Well, it's already out. So anyway, but that'll be out soon. We have the Love Market. We have the Love Notes. We have our membership package that's coming available. All right, y'all pay attention now. Pay attention. We've got the membership package that's going to come available. That will have our IDs. Do I have my ID? I do have my ID up here. So that will include you being able to get the UNA ID. That includes you being able to get the UNA Love Notes, the Love Currencies, the paper currencies that we have with the UNA Universal Laws. It also has the Maxims of Laws. That includes, I told you, the Love Note along with the certificate. And I told you it's Love Note currencies, the digital currency that we have, and the card. So, and the reader. You're going to get the reader as well as the ability to upload your documents to our blockchain public record. So you're going to, that's coming out, and you're all going to want to be a part of that, because this is huge, okay? This is just a huge nation of nations. And so in order to be a part of that, you're going to need to have your trust set up. So as long as you have your trust set up and you have your federal information that we deal with, you're going to be able to get into that, be a member, an official member, along with your official UNA ID. All right, so that's coming up. I'm very excited about it, and y'all want to be a part of that. Now, as we go into this section, do we have any questions coming from anybody? Did I miss anything? And if you want to come on, let me know. Let's see. Did I miss any questions, Princess?
No, no questions missed. We have,
Okay.
let me call his names correctly. We have Al Tariq El Bay in the house. Grand Rising, brother, baby, LOL. We have brother Adonai Ascension, or sister, Adonai Ascension. Greetings to all kings and queens. Slim Goody, Abdul Latif, Grand Rise, and thank you for the emails. El Christina, she may still be with us. I haven't seen her for a while, but she might still be rolling with us. We have about 10 folks in the house on Facebook. So, yeah, we have a crowd, just no comments at this point, other than love and light being sent from those who are listening.
Okay.
And we thank you guys.
Okay, so now let me get into this. When we're talking about owning your vibration and moving in honor. So I want to go back up to the top where we started off. We're talking about owning your energy and holding the most powerful vibration. All right. I talked about some of the things that I went through just traveling alone. When traveling alone, a lot of people have this thought, oh, well, something could happen to you and this could happen to you. Listen up. Remember I spoke about how when you put out an energy, it's got to follow you. It doesn't matter where you go. And that includes your positive energies. So again, if you haven't put out any negative energies, then you don't have any reason to be fearing anything happening to you. See, it's that fear and those thoughts, remember, that create energies. You don't have any reason to fear traveling on your own. This is why you shouldn't be putting those thoughts in your head. So just y'all got to know, again, moving alone is stressful. The last thing you want to do is be putting thoughts in your head about something happening. Go do it and enjoy your life. When you put it in your mind and you own the energy of, I'm going to go down here and enjoy my life. I'm going to go over here and enjoy my life. Everything is going to be good and everybody's going to treat me with love and kindness. I'm going to have peace. When you put that in your mind, that's what you have to have. And that's one of the things we have not learned to do because we've been inundated with people feeding us fearful thoughts. You know, let people feed you that. You've got to remember, this is your world. You build it with your energies. And whatever you're putting in your mind is the energy that you're building for your future. So what energy are you owning? Are you owning that you're going to go down here and you're going to have a wonderful life, a wonderful paradise, and you're going to enjoy yourself and you're going to enjoy the people? If so, that's what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. So in traveling alone, I have had to learn to own that, hey, I'm the master of this universe that I'm creating for myself. And a lot of people, they still like, no, well, see, you know, because see, such and such. Okay, if you're finding that people are having these kind of issues when they're traveling, what you've got to remember is those are only energies. Everything you see in somebody's third dimension, this out here, this is an energy that they have created. And I know some of you all think, well, no, this person is so sweet. There's no way they could have done this and that. I've been there. And then when you talk to them and you continue to see how they are, then you start to understand why they got that energy. They brought that energy on. So again, you got to watch your energies, because as long as your energies are in order or in harmony with the universe, then you're not going to get those issues. You shouldn't be worried about traveling alone. You shouldn't be worried about you know, what happens if I get sick? I had somebody tell me that once. She said, well, you know what? I'm scared to travel alone because I could get sick. Well, you just made yourself sick with the thought in your mind. You made yourself sick with the thought in your mind. So what are you putting in your mind? I haven't had that issue. I haven't had that issue at all. And I've been traveling alone for the last, 10 years. So I say to you, what energies are you owning? Because whatever you're putting in your mind and whatever you're giving focus to, that's the energy that you're owning. If you're owning the energy of your paradise, that's where you've got to go. All right, so that's dealing with that traveling alone. Again, going back to me creating a situation where I can do my music, do my shows. I own that. And so that's why I'm here doing what I love to do. Again, I'm in my paradise. And I want you all to find yours. And it all starts with what you're putting in your mind. What energies are you owning in your mind? Princess, as we prepare to get up out of here, did you want to add anything to that?
No, just own your energy. Go expecting nothing. Enjoy everything. Hashe.
Yes. All right. So now, if y'all have any inputs, please, I love. And that sister that sent me the Nina Simone, thank you so much. She wanted to share. She said the Spirit spoke to her. Yeah. I can imagine. Nina Simone is trying to reach out. I hear you, Nina. All right. It's a message from the spirit realm, and I'm only a messenger. Yes, I know. Thank you so much, El Christina. All right. So now, and I'm just checking my messages. A couple of people have sent me some messages, so I want to thank you all for your love. Yeah, and then remember, getting back on this. When we're talking about these lower laws and standing in your energy and owning your energy, again, it is a challenge when you know people don't know this information and you know that they should know the information. To keep yourself from going into a negative spiel with these people, it's very difficult. I get it and I understand it. And what we have to learn to do again is stand in the knowledge of what we know and then be at peace with it. So one of the things I need to let you all know, like when Princess talked about how she went to file her documents, the fact that she had given them the documents and they took copies, they were supposed to file that by law. Now, when you give it to them, and like you can leave that thing right on the counter. Let's say they say, oh, we're not going to take it. You leave that on the counter and you walk away. You could be at peace that that thing is to be filed. Because remember, let me tell y'all something. There's this issue about getting you to not wanting you to put things on public record for the simple fact that when you send these things out, when it goes on public record, it goes into the cosmos. You got to remember, like when you typing on social media and Facebook, and you hit that send button, those words are going into the cosmos. Now, y'all just think it's technical. Oh, it's just sitting out in this space. It's just technical. Listen, spirits are all around us. I had to tell somebody this the other day. They're all around us. And they are the reason why things or signals are being sent anyway. These signals are being sent via spiritual energy. What is the spirit? I told you it's bacteria. What is bacteria? The mitochondria. That's the number one bacteria on the planet. She provides energy to everybody. She's in the air that you breathe, the water that you drink. Every particle and molecule that you see came through her. Everything is spiritual. Everything. So when you hit that send button and that thing goes out into the cosmos, note that you just created an energy. You just wrote a contract. So that's why I tell people, be careful about what you're typing on social media. Be careful about that. Because as you are typing these things, You send that out, and the spirits see every last word. See and recognize your every last energy that you sent in typing those words. You just sent that out into the cosmos. So getting back to that, what you're typing, what you're speaking, it's heard. All of it's heard by the cosmos. The spirits. What are the spirits? Oh, bacteria. Oh, they're not real. Well, their mitochondria is not real. Look her up. All right. So now, when these people are coming at you, instead they're blocking you, especially when we're talking about your county, because when you put these words out, again, you're sending this off to the cosmos. They know that. And that is a very powerful conversation that you are preparing to have. So instead of giving them negative energy, you can leave that thing right there. Here you go. I need you to file these. And you can walk away. Now, once you have put that down there and they're trying to act as though they won't file, don't give them no negative energy. You can also go and put this on your Facebook page. You can put it on your YouTube page, your Instagram. You can put it on your own website. You can create your own, get your own domain name and put it on that website. That's public energy. That's public. That's a public document. Social media is public record. Your website, that's public record. So when you're putting that up there and you can show a date and time when you put it online, that's public record. If you don't want to do that, you can go to the library. You can put it in the newspaper. That's public record. Hell, if you get some business cards and postcards and pass them out, that's public record. Remember, when you're putting this stuff out, it's going into the cosmos. That's very powerful. And so we want to start making sure we're aware of the energies that we're putting out, and your every word is an energy. And we're going to start owning it so that as we're putting it out, we are creating the dimension that we want to see. We're creating the dimension that we want to see, and you're going to do less fighting when you own your energies, your positive energies, than you would on this side trying to, hey, you better fire, man. We don't have to even go through that. We're not going through that anymore. No, we're owning our positive energies to the point where, look, all this over here got to disappear. They're going to want you to come file with them by the time we get finished building this over here. So we're owning our positive energies. And like I said, with UNA, the UNA app is coming out, and the membership program is coming up, so that when you want to put your documents on UNA public record, you definitely not going through that. All you got to do is send that in. All you got to do is upload that. That thing has now become public record on the UNA, United Nations from America blockchain. And we will go into what a blockchain is again, because I know I got to keep saying it over and over again. We'll go into that again. But I'm telling you all, we got big things coming up. And as long as we keep our energies intact and on point, hey, we're going to be able to build without the drama that we're getting on this side. We got to own our energies. We got to make sure that our vibrations are positive, even when they come at us and they try to, again, because it's a test. Everything is a test. When we're being hit with these blocks, how are we responding? If your energy is negative, you're angry, then you've just fed them. And we're going to stop feeding them that kind of energy. We're going to stop feeding them that, and we're going to make them go away, because we're building over here. We have our own county called UNA. We have our own nations. UNA is a nation of nations. We have the ability to put our use public record from all kinds of places. Y'all got to remember, we created the counties. The counties work for us. They only started doing their counting, which is, keeping records. That's all they do. They just keep records. This person on this person on this, and we're showing proof that they came in on this day and said that they own this, this, and this. Okay. They're keeping records. Now we're going to start doing that ourselves again. See, listen, y'all got to understand, grandmama, When grandmama had that big old Bible, and in that Bible was the family tree and all that, that was a county right there. Grandmama used to be the county. But we stopped doing that. So we get the county to do it for us. Well, now we need to get back to doing it ourselves. We don't need the county. We got to get back to doing it ourselves. All of us, we need to start representing and keeping track of our own records for ourselves. Get you a website and put your stuff up on your own website. You can do that on Facebook. Put your stuff, because this is memorialized. Put it up on YouTube, Instagram. Those are public records. Go to the library. Put it in the paper. You got all kind of other options. You don't necessarily have to be trying to fight these people on this side. Remember, we're getting back to doing it ourselves. When you keep trying to feed into the government, and it doesn't matter whether you give them positive or negative energy. When you giving them any kind of energy, you're keeping them alive. Well, when you start ignoring them and you start doing it for yourself on that spiritual side, they got to go away. They got to go away. So we're not going to keep fighting them. You got to take my papers and that's all right. I'm going to leave this here. You're supposed to file it by law, and then you walk out. Then you come over here on your website, your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, newspaper, business card, postcards, whatever. And you file it yourself and put it at the Library of Congress. They got to go away over here. Okay? We're going to stop feeding them any kind of energy. They're not going to get any more energy. So again, I'm owning that. We're getting back to taking the government back in our own hands. The people need to take the government back into their own hands, and the only way you do that is by stop feeding these people over here. When you stop feeding them any kind of energy, negative or positive, they got to go away. And that's what's going to happen. All right, that's owned. I've owned that. All right, Princess, we're about to be up out. You got anything you want to add on that? Y'all, if y'all have anything, go ahead.
I see Adonai Ascension had put a question up, but I don't see the question anymore, so he must have rescinded his question, which was a question about rescission in a contract, which I would encourage anyone with those questions that you can take the Back to Basics course. Go to DivaLarie.com. That's DIV as in Victoria, ALYRI.com, and sign up for the Back to Basics course. It's an 8-session feature that will walk you through all the steps needed. And Adonai, your question would be answered even in that. So I encourage you, if you don't have the basics, you want to set up your trust, you want to know how to stand in law, start with the Back to Basics course and let's go forward from there. Yes, basics, foundation. Savvy Metro ATL Angel said, yes, but get back to the basics, the foundation. If you don't have knowledge and control on the ground level, you don't have it in any level. That's right. So yes, go to DivaLarie.com, sign up for that Back to Basics course. We also are currently in due process for business owners. In Trust Law Basics for Business, we have a course that is currently going Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And for anyone who would like to sign up for that course, I'd have you go to unauniversity.com/learn. I'll be putting it in the comments. It's unauniversity.com/learn. And that's for the Trust Law Basics for Business. If you have a business, you want to know how to protect yourself and your assets outside of the U.S., then come on in to unauniversity.com/learn and let's get cracking. I thank you so much, Diva, for your time. Everyone else for your time, energy, and mind. And let's get it. Pay attention.
Yes, pay attention. I tell you, that Trust Law Basics for Business course, that is a powerful course there, because, not only are we dealing with securing your assets under trust for your business, we're also dealing with supporting each other. So it is developed into a support group, a group where everybody is coming in there and they're actually being a part of building a nation. We are showing them all. Let me tell you something, because the thing what we're doing here with UNA, we need you to be all knowledgeable about creating your own nation. We need you to be, because it's not that we want you to be stay up under UNA and UNA gonna protect us. No, we need you to know how to be your own nation, so that we stand as a nation of nations, and not just a nation of people who think they're gonna be protected, because you gotta know how to protect yourself. We're a nation of nations. So what that means is you understand the law, the full law, and know how to stand on it to protect yourself. And when you know all of those laws, you know how to protect yourself from the spiritual side. You protect it over on this side, you won't even have to worry about anything on that side. You know, you protect it on the spiritual side, you don't have to worry about the other side. And so that's very important, because with UNA, you don't come in here and think, oh, UNA gonna help me fight the battles. Well, you deal with this spiritual side. Ain't gonna be no battles over here. This is one thing we're learning. That's why we learn higher law. So this is not only that, we need you to know all of the laws. So we're not holding anything back. We're giving you everything we got. And trust me, that's a lot. That's why it is a university. The other thing is, as I said, we're supporting each other in business. All right, we got our digital currency that we are using. We are paying different businesses to just to make sure that they put out certain products. If you got a farm or a garden, I should say, and you are putting out products, we want to talk to you, because we want to make sure that you get the good stuff to the people who need it. Any kind of business you have, we're paying you to make sure that you supply our nation with the things that they need. So we're using that on the Onane platform, using the LNCs, the Love Note currency. So y'all got to become a part of that, because we're all, again, as a community. And see, we gotten used to think about a community. Oh, we got some tract of land and we all here. No, our land is all over. Our land is in Mexico, Argentina, New Zealand. You understand? I'm the land. You the land. And so we are the community together. So we're gonna respect, these platforms that are allowing us to come together. And UNA has its own platform now. And meaning we have an app where we will be able to communicate. Just like this. When you type it on Facebook, so that's coming out. So again, we are developing our own county, our own nation, our own digital real estate. Digital real estate. Whereby we control what's in that environment. So y'all want to be a part of what we're doing. We thank everybody for your support. This is a powerful seminar. So there's so much going on there. Our students that are in the trust law basics, they're not only in the seminar, but they're working with the bankers. They're working with what goes into actually building a nation. They're getting a whole lot of extra information and help that they wouldn't normally get. So this is a power-packed seminar. You want to be a part of it, go to unauniversity.com/learn, LEARN. unauniversity.com/learn. Fill out the information to get enrolled. All right. And we're going to connect with you. And if you feel that you're not ready for that, go to DivaLarie.com and register for the Back to Basics program. It's an 8-week seminar. All right, you can get all the videos. You get a seminar, a consultation, complimentary consultation with that. So go and get that. And you can be a part of the seminars and get started on becoming that nation that you already are. All right, so we can learn how to reach our paradise. All right. Princess, you got your business going over there. Princess has her big, Clint Casey's got his business. So we're all supporting each other. That's the other big thing about being a part of this seminar. We're all supporting each other's businesses, and we're getting those Federal Reserve notes rolling in. So that, getting ourselves financially set to where we can run our business from anywhere on the planet. All right. So yeah, be a part of that. All right. So now, as we get ready to close out, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I want to thank you all. Go ahead, Princess.
I was saying thank you.
So yeah, go ahead and sign up for that. Be a part of the Back to Basics, DivaLaRue.com. That's a $300 course. If you want to be a part of this Trust Law Basics for Business, go to UNAUniversity.com/learn. UNAUniversity.com/learn and be a part of it. We got some big things coming up. As usual with UNA, we are owning our energies. That's what this session was about today. Owning your energy and holding the most positive vibration. When you think it, when you put it in your mind, you are creating energy. You are creating. Y'all got to know that. You all listen. I'm excited to really go into all these things that I've learned. Coming here to Mazatlan, Mexico, on a spiritual level. Some things that have happened to me. I want to share it. So y'all be here Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I'm going to go through some stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to share with you about some energies. But a lot of us are not recognizing just how powerful gods that we are. I said it. Own it. Own it. You are a god. I'm a god. Because we're creating all of these energies in our dimension. And so when you recognize just how powerful your mind is and the energies that you put out, that's when you really start to manifest your paradise. So remember how powerful you are. Remember that your every thought is an energy. And remember that when you put an energy out, by law, it must come back to you. So we're going to be careful about the energies that we put out. We're going to learn to meditate so we can clear our mind of those thoughts that should not be rolling with us. Clear our mind of those spiritual energies that should not be rolling with us, so that we can continue as we move forward to building our paradise. All right. So I want to say I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. All right. So thank you all for joining us. Make sure you catch us here on Tuesdays. We've moved the time to 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. so that we can get our people on the East Coast in here. And then we're still on at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Thursdays. All right, Princess?
Yeah.
You got anything you want to add to that as we close out?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out this morning and sitting and supping with us on some good knowledge, good wisdom. Anyone who feels a little generous, generosity is good. It always comes back to you 3- and 4-fold or so. Make sure to go to DivaLaRue.com and make a donation just on the strength that we appreciate Diva LaRue for coming and sharing all these degrees as often as she does. Again, that's DivaLaRue.com. Make a donation or sign up for the Back to Basics Law course. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us this morning. Thank you, Diva, for sharing the degrees with which you have shared, and everyone in the audience that have shared their input. Thank you as well.
Yes, thank you, Princess. And thank you all. Yes, thank you all for joining us and staying with us. Y'all be here next time. I love you. I appreciate you. I love my Facebook folks. I love my Facebook folks. All right, I'm out. Bye-bye.